Real quick, I want to just run through this. A Swiss court convicted former Gambian Interior Minister Ousmane Sonko. Uh, uh, Basically, Sonko was sentenced to 20 years in prison for torture, illegal killings, and unlawful imprisonment. This is the second Gambian official convicted in Europe for international crimes in Gambia after a former death squad member received a sentence in Germany last year. I wanted to run through that real quick because this is the same kind of stuff that they're talking about doing in Netanyahu. And what did everyone say? You don't have jurisdiction. I believe they said they have it in Gambia because probably because they were a former colony or something like that. But this is why this kind of stuff right here is important. They can go get those black people up out of Africa and convict them of crimes for against humanity, but they sure as hell won't go get Netanyahu for doing the same goddamn thing. And then in New Caledonia, a French colony in the South Pacific, are rioting right now because France, which makes up about 27% of the island's population, or 20 French people, wanted to give the new French residents you can automatically vote. As soon as you move there, you can vote right now. In Caledonia, about 39% of the people are like indigenous people who are from that island. And so they're like, hell no, this is going to water down our vote and make it easier for you guys to come in here and start taking our stuff, And so basically the French, once they said that, they started rioting. So the French sent in about 1,700 personnel, and they also banned, guess what? They banned a certain app. TikTok.
Yep.
We went straight to TikTok. They said we're banning TikTok because we believe that TikTok is what's setting these people off, not the fact that you over here fucking taking their rights away, stealing their island, and kind of making things fucked up for them. Excuse my French, but
that's what it is. TikTok is the freedom right now because Twitter X is owned by Elon Musk. He controls whatever he wants. He sells the blue check mark, so they're not powerful.
It's the outsider.
Anymore.
It's the outside force because these other things are. Elon Musk is a goddamn. We all know. To me, he's a racist. I count Elon Musk as a racist.
He's been sued many times.
And he's been many times for that. So has Tesla. He's bought and owned by the West. So is Mark Zuckerberg. I believe that as well. I'm not. He just is. They'll toe the line. The rest of these guys who run these companies, but TikTok is ran by another country, and that's China. And so imagine when Twitter was going through the Middle East, and they were helping all those people in the Middle East talking about Arab Spring, and all of a sudden they're all uprising. They had no problem with it.
They cut them off. They shut them down.
But the West had no problem with it though, because it wasn't affect the West. But now, as soon as it affects the West, and they can't control it, they can't control the messaging. Now, it's all of a sudden this thing is a propaganda tool. No, it's you guys have known this has been a propaganda tool, but I know you gotta.
I like to say this too. Everyone that views this and is going to see this, I want you to think deeply about this. We have our differences. We have our different political beliefs. We have our different lifestyles, the way we carry ourselves. But how much freedom are we willing to give up to spite the other person? I may not like your views if you're a far right Republican or a far left Democrat, but I still feel that you should have your freedom to say that. I still feel that you should have the freedom to say and feel and act how you want to, as long as it's not violently towards anybody. And the way we're going now is that they're going to stop all that. So we all need to sit there and think about that.
We're going to stop all that because I got a friend, like I said, I got a friend of mine, he'll tell me, why are these guys letting these guys riot over here? Well, at the end of the day, man, it's not about the rioting part, but it's protest. You might even use the word protest. But it's okay to peacefully protest. It's okay to protest what you don't like in this country. And so we're getting to a point to where we're going to allow ourselves to hate ourselves and to hate each other enough to let them take away our rights. And so just the same thing you said, man, I totally agree with your take on that.
And then one thing before I let you go, I want to see today, Texas Governor Greg Abbott pardoned Daniel Perry, who killed a Black Lives Matter protester in 2020. So what he did, basically, they were protesting in the middle of the street, like most people protest do. He rammed into them with his car, got out, and shot one of the protesters with an AK-47.
Are you kidding me, bro?
Yeah, no, he pardoned him today. And he sent a text. He said, look, I'm going to hit people with my car and shoot people. He intentionally went to do it. And Greg Abbott let him out of jail. So, I mean, that just shows Greg Abbott's character.
No, that shows all of their character, the Republican Party's character as a whole. Period, plain and simple, man. That is the Republican Party's character as a whole. We got to stop acting like we don't see it. I'm not trying to act like, but I bet you the Democrats wouldn't have done that.
You know what I say? That's one thing. That's what I like that about the Republicans. At least they're letting their soldiers out to be prepared to fight for whatever war they're preparing for. Because Democrats try to take the high road And they don't care. They'll lock everybody up. They'll kick everybody out. They'll take your power from you because they don't agree with you. Democrats want this perfect candidate that doesn't exist. And Republicans don't even care if you touch little kids and rape women, as long as they keep their power.
And you know what I will say though? The Democrats will let 9 million of their own new soldiers into the country every single year. That's what they will do. Let 9 million.
That's what they will do.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, so
yeah. So let us know, man. Like, listen, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Tell us what you think. This is Uncommon Courtesy.